Little rise and going out, golden is free. Like a small cabin there, playing waters many. I need rose will I have there, a high blooded knee. I live alone in the beat. I will get some peace there, but peace comes dropping slow. Dropping from the bank to where the crickets sing. Their midnight talk to the and in the purple glow. The evening is blue, hard in its wings. I feel the rise and fall down, always night and day. I hear late water lagging, those sounds by the shore. Standing on the road, or on the pavement in the spray. I can hear it in the deep heart's roar. I will rise and go now and go to industry and the small cabin building lay on its way. 90 roads will I have there, I belong there.
Oh my gosh.
And I told me that last week. I said, hey, stop the show and see my bear. And sent me a picture today. He was out fishing with some friends, and I think they were fishing. The picture he sent me looks like it.
Amanda needs to mute herself.
Well, thank you, and good evening. And welcome, happy Poetry Month, happy April Fools. Yeah, is it snowing where you were this morning? Yeah, joke is on us, right? We're so delighted to be here, Zooming to you, and we want to thank Michelle and everyone here at Kellogg-Hubbard Library and all the volunteers who bring this PoemCity event together year after year. It takes a lot of people. It's an amazing month-long event, and we're really pleased to be kicking it off for you tonight.
I want to hear it.
So, yeah, if we hope you're hearing us, picking us up at home or wherever you are. That first poem we started off with, May I Have a Familiar Lyric to You, was by William Butler Yeats. His Lake Island is Free. and we hope you're well, wherever your industry may be right now. Yeah, that poem has taken on a real new special resonance during these pandemic days, but it's a good one to start out with. We're going to be playing mostly poems from our new album, and yeah, it's new. It was new last year, but we haven't quite released it. Or it's kind of been a soft release, hasn't it, over the past year? Yeah, so we're kind of easing into. We're waiting for that moment when we can let loose and play that album live for you. So hopefully later on this summer, I'm playing it for you. But right now we're going to be easing into a poem by Edna St. Vincent Millay called Recuerto Memory, and then we're going to go into a couple odes. Ode to Westminster Street, it's one of our own, and Ode to a Bee on the Small of Your Back. I hope you enjoy those. We were very tired, we were very merry. We had gone back and forth all night on the ferry. It was bare and bright, and smelled like a stable. But we looked into a fire, we leaned across the table. We lay on a hillside, underneath the moon, and the whistles kept going, and the dawn came soon. We were very tired, we were very merry. We had gone back and forth all night on the ferry. And you ate an apple, and I ate a pill, from a dozen each we had bought somewhere. And the sky went when, and the wind came cold, and the sun rose dripping, a bucket full of gold. We were very tired, we were very merry. We had gone back and forth all night on that ferry. We held "Good morrow, Mother" to a shawl-covered head, and bought a morning paper, which neither of us read. And she cried, "God bless you," for the apples and the pears. And we gave her all our money, but our eyes so quickly fares. We do not know what a body can do, how when she crossed the street, asking you for $1 so she could get something to eat. You fished in your pocket for 20 from a sheaf of bills, saying, "This is all I have." Bless you. You have a good night, she said, and took your hand before the blues, before drifting off into an unconscious city. The wind that even doorways and vacant buildings. We do not know the bottom of surrender, swirling our fingers in an ordeal and courage are rows of unused tickets between through wide action. That's really fair. This is all I am. This is all I am. This is all I have. This is all I am. She wore a dress striped black and white, as if darkness were imprisoned. Oh, light impossible to tell which was defect, or was body and mind. Knife in one kinesis, burning thought and infinite blood, inhabiting the same sort of illusion as we crossed an empty street. Dreaming with our eyes open, confabulating on limbo in that with ideas. I stroll after searching back to the campus. Her arms were bare, the past still warm enough to empathize. Without caring, though the season was about to betray itself. You are all I am. 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 First the leaves, then the snow, then they grow once as soft white and birds vanishing into clouds. Taking out naive assumption, taking out naive assumption.
We have a Pedro Rutledge on here with a young person. It looks like they're saying hello.
Pedro,
Pedro!
Pedro y Pedro.
How about Pedro? Yes, please. This is an interactive event, so all comments are welcome.
Yeah, we got a lot of Rutledges on here. Sarah Rutledge is saying hello.
Hello. Well, we promised you another ode, so let's do that. This one's called Ode to a Bee on the Small of Your Back.
PoemCity poem.
Blind to what tickles, the delta knows there. You rub a humming with the back of your hand. surprised by the soft pulse of the drowsy bee that hits to ride on your chambray shoe. When the morning goes, you get outside barefoot in cool October dew. To kiss your love goodbye through the driver's side window. There goes us, waiting now to speak, speckled with 100 indignities. Cold still carries away, Larkspur full flowers ache. In the blooming again, a moment ago she caught your eye looking at more than just a view. Green and golden mountainside, where the light burning through. Riding and hiding for another, thriving these 6 years, is it so now? Since she left, since she left. Easy to lose count, the songs we run in days, smooth as it fades, leaves. Easy to say she could have held your hand this way, burning the night with the Pleiades. When a moment ago you caught her eye looking at more than just you. Green and golden mountainside, there's the light burning through. A moment ago you were outside barefoot in cool October dew. To kiss your love goodbye through her driver's side window.
There's lots of clapping on
Well,
the
thank
screen.
you.
There's lots of clapping. Yeah.
Poem reminiscent of a slightly different time of year, but we'll take it. Time of year that's in transition, and we're in one right now that feels pretty good. That's signs. This next poem is not on the album. This is something that came out of this past year, and it goes out to all those musicians and performing artists, all those folks who have kind of courageously tried to stay in touch, connected with their fans, and let us into their into their living rooms and bedrooms and kitchens and what have you, just so that they could bring us their music, of course. Yeah, we've both been watching a lot of music, and some poetry as well. A lot of good stuff out there, even though it's not in person. But this goes out to all those folks who've been sharing their talents with us virtually over the past year. It's called With You. Strange days, empty streets. You got so good at walking away from your defeat. Now you're not the only one, burning cold to feel the sun. Full of empty hands. You get so good at talking, I can't say where we stand. I'm not in spite of everything. Day breaks and the clouds are flying. But I'm with you tonight, dreaming beside you in the firelight. Miles between us, I know them inside. I know I'm with you tonight. Love song, balcony. Like the biggest ring around the moon I've ever seen. Lady, say it too. Tell me how long till I can be with you. I'm with you tonight, dreaming beside you in twilight. Miles between us, I know inside. I'm with you. One world, one heart, may not be disaster that's tearing us apart. Beyond window skies of feeling, a high tide shining on the sea. I'm with you tonight, dreaming beside you in the light of night. Miles between us, I know, and inside. Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you tonight, dreaming beside you in the light of night. Miles between us, I know, and inside. Oh, I'm with you. start. A very quiet room that we're playing tonight. But we hope it's rocking at your house, wherever you may be. We are going to bring you 3 ballads now. And 2 of them are by one of our favorite poets, in fact, our namesake, Federico Garcia Lorca. And this is a very special year because it's a centenary of Lorca's publication of Lorca's very first book of poems, Libro de Poema. And we thought we'd try to work in at least one poem from that collection. And Peter's going to start us off with Lorca's ballad of Seawater, and then we're going to segue into a somnambulant ballad that he wrote a little bit later, and then we'll finish up this set of ballads with one of our own called Last Night in America.
Ballad of the Water of the Sea. The sea smiles far off. Teeth of foam. Lips of sky. Yo, new clouds, what do you sell? From your chest full of breath, I sell, consumer, the water of the seas. What do you carry? Oh, black youth mixed in with your blood? I carry, officer, water and air of the seas. These salt tears, mother, mama, from where they come? I weep, your honor, the water of the seas, heart, and this grave. Bitterness, where was it born? How bitter is the water of those seas? The sea smiles from far off. Teeth of foam. Lips of sky.
Green, how much I want you green. Green wind, green branches, the ship upon the sea, and the horse in the mountain, with a shadow on her waist. She dreams from her balcony. Green skin, hair of green, and eyes cold silver. Much I want you green. Beneath the gypsy moon, all things look at her as she cannot see. Green, how much I want you green. Great stars of white frost swim with the fish of darkness that open the road of dawn. The fig tree rubs the wind with its sandpaper branches, and the mountain of filching care bristles its bitter aloes, but who will come and from where? She lingers on the balcony, green heart, waves of green, dreaming of the bitter sea. Friend, I wanna change my horse for your house, my shadow for your mirror, my night for your blanket. Friend, I come pleading from the passes of Cabra with a muffled tambourine. Let me come to green. How much I want you green. Green wind, green branches, a ship upon the sea, and a horse in the mountain. I'll ride until I find you, wherever you may be. I'll ride until I find you. Wherever you may be. Even the moon of the party was a tick past last call. Never like luck were your glass Einstein would crank Springsteen to 12. Proceed to strip to his sneakers in the front yard of whoever's house. Regardless who might witness the shoelace blade of a jackass above, too smart for this town. His eyes blue black and he sipped the cassette from his pocket into the stereo life and engagement ring. Fresh from the bottom of blue-colored benzene-driven Jersey. Tended for the finger of the girl next door, who always lived somewhere else. And for someone to make the river do what he wanted it to. Riding a learned shade, windmilling night with his air guitar. Left the guy the boss for feeling to shoot. Looking as a blue to let me go up here, praise Lord. Oh, not to run, but to burn inside the soul. And when the coldness of the storm go in. Rolling parties and gods tonight, not peace themselves. Feels holy night. Larry up here, Larry beyond the hall. I'm finding diamonds broken by his feet right now. I'm praying to the house. And girls tucked inside, horrified by their own curiosity. Sometimes parents or even police would arrive with a blanket. I stood for them cold. You knew the way the thunder rolled. Jungle land as well as the back's mojo hand. Knew the party's hungry heart would get out in the midnight, leading into streets. With no place left to hide, and a rhythm of white tonight. And for a song or two, make the river do what he wanted it to. And for a song or two, he'd make the river do what he wanted to.
So the comment is they wish they could hear you clap, that you could hear them clap.
Oh,
They really, that one, having grown up in New Jersey in the 70s, this one really speaks to me. Yeah, really enjoying this and wish we could clap.
Okay, all right, well, we hear you. We hear you. Thank you. Thanks for being with us. Yeah, okay, so we'll slow it down a little bit and dive back into one that we co-wrote. I like to say we co-wrote with Federico Garcia Lorca because it involves some translation and retranslation and messing around with words, and that's what we do as poets. We we read and revere poets from the past and their words, and then we take them and do things. We fiddle around with them, don't we? Yeah.
We
We
make
give them
our
our twist, our own twist. Yeah, we make them our own. So riffing off each other's words. This one is. I'm going to check my levels here just a moment. Excuse me, just to make sure. We're sweet. This one's called La Luna Asoma, the moon rises. Cuando sale la luna, se pierden las campanas y aparecen las sendas impenetrables. Cuando sale la luna, el mar cubre la tierra. Se siente cuando sale la luna, el mar cubre la tierra y el corazón se siente isla en el infinito. Nadie come naranjas bajo la luna llena. Es preciso comer fruta verde y helada. Cuando sale la luna, diciendo rostros iguales, la moneda de plata. El bolsillo. When the moon rises, bells hang silent, and impassable footpaths appear. How could I leave you here? Turn and walk away into the makeup, burning on the edge of night. When the moon rises, the sea goes ahead, and the heart feels like an island in infinity. Under the weeping autumn tree, leaves play in the scattered moon shadow. On on your face and shining sleeves. Tell when my eyes stayed open that I went to my star without breath. Tell them I'm standing out in the open, waiting for a lover's voice to sing me to bed. No one needs oranges under the full moon. One must eat fruit that is screaming cold. How did we ever roll so low? Making our way across the river to pick the bitter of the tree. When the moon rises, moon of 100 faces, your dreaming footsteps disappear. How could you leave us here? Turning all the way till later, looming on the edge of night. Tell them my eyes stayed open, that I went to my star without breath. Tell them I'm standing out in the open, waiting for a lover's voice to sing to bed. Thanks. And thank you, Federico.
We got the emojis in play now, clapping and thumbs up.
You like emojis?
I think it's time to save some flies.
Yeah, they're starting to appear, aren't they? You'll soon be here in vast numbers, those flies.
I've missed those things. Every now and then I find one up against the window, up against the screen. This poem is called Saving the Flies.
In your ocean, angrily, in your waves crashing on my feet, it's like I know where I need to be. I can't much air I will need to breathe. The tide rushes over me. So pick one way to figure out, will you let me drown? Will you let me drown? Hey now, this is my desire. It's open like a fire. But I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in me. I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful.
Some fall down, only to roll off the roof. We never know what happens to them. Others are stuck for days, upside down in the shower's one remaining puddle. Their wings, windsurfer sails caught flat under a soft veil of sea. When I approach, their threads for legs twitch and spin, really like a baby being diapered. There now, I begin, and I slip the wedge of something found under their bodies. Instantly, they're agile. They grip. Unless they are dead, what's possible again? As if they hadn't lain there for 2 days modeling for a poem about Emily Dickinson. And although it is cold where I free them, as if feeding minuscule birds through a disintegrating cage, each by each they find a chip of lethal paint along the windowsill outside and cling to it until they regain their wit to fight for flight, first feeling a direction, then becoming supreme, and in a second powering their way across the yard. Sure, a little dazed. Wouldn't you be? At which point in time, they care not to be seen. Probably, I suspect, out of embarrassment. But even if I were not alone saving flies, as morning lightens the empty house, I would be one of them. Honestly, I admire what they have done, trapped by the smell of something attractive, beaten by the lure of screens whose tiny crossbars look like hatch patterns of hundreds like them, if just their skeletons. They rise, yes, sometimes needing help, from being dead in the water-skunked sputum, a desirable velvety lethargy of drunkenness, wet sarcophagi of what remains of effort in oncoming winter, boasting a resilience stored and called upon that not even their tribe knew. Because who has time to be sentimental anymore? Someone must be a monk to the least among us. Baby the language with fingers instead of forks. And I did it because they cried out by being silent. And I forgave them after they'd been annoying and numerous during certain weeks of summer, autumn, winter, spring. And I believed it was worth it. Because what is time if not for saving something? And because I imagine that fly, my enemy, bereft, defiant, equally trying to get away, equally hungry. equally hungry. Equally at a distance. I lived in New York for a time, as maybe many of us did. I went to graduate school there. And this is from New York. It's called Behind Me, I Can Hear Them Talking. Behind me, I can hear them talking. He's complaining to her. He's saying, you can't even walk. That there are too many people. He says, I wish a disease would come and wipe out half the people. Except in a kind of bored and monotone type of voice. And I look at him, walking steadily, without stumbling, side by side, as though through a field, he and she in synchronicity. And I call out to him as he's moving ahead of me, would you be one of them? But he doesn't hear me. Or it doesn't matter. He was moving just fine. Maybe a bad day. But I'm left standing in front of the Woolworth entrance, staring at him and wondering, what half does he think he belongs to? What half? What half? Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge. To the lady in pink, standing on top of the bridge.
Madness, emergency, tonight.
Oh lady, the lights behind me say hurry, say madness, emergency. The 3 lanes to Brooklyn, each jammed with drivers and cops and an ambulance, surge onward up the ramp. On cathedral gates, you stand high in Triforium, an opera of red lights beneath. Loudly, the police, intercom, and traffic. People move to your left or to your right now! And the white lights from their blue truck search for space to move. A rescue. Headlights dead in my cabbie's face as he turns toward me, enigmatic. And so the cop, back on the PA, shouts, "Cabbie, use your brains now, move!" And we must all be fools on this bridge tonight. Oh, lady, the lights sent to get you, pink, standing. Will you dive while the cops follow? Their eyes upon your figure. Do you use this opportunity as your church? Shout, "I've found my God, now leave me alone." Oh, the fuss for your standing. The dispatcher back over the cab radio announces, "All cars stay clear of the Brooklyn Bridge, they got a jumper." We roll down the ramp to Brooklyn, and my cabbie says, maybe in the river, because I had asked, it looked like she was going to jump. His eyes are mostly white, so wide I turn to watch a pin drop. See it leap to night sky, but Manhattan's yellow night glow doesn't catch her. And immediately after feeling that close to the jumper, I'm stunned. No longer excited by passing death, courage, if only in her car. Maybe her life is saved. Or maybe the cops look down, no longer coaxing the dead to live. Oh lady, the lights behind me say madness, emergency.
Oh, lady, lady, behind me, say hurry, say madness, emergency. Oh, lady, lady, night.
Hearts and thumbs up.
Well, thanks. How's everyone doing out there? Great. We're doing really great. We're feeling really great and very lucky indeed to be here. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been quite a hiatus, so we're very happy to be here playing for you tonight. I think we got a few more in us. Yeah? Right. Any requests? Just add them to the chat. Well, this next poem implicates someone you might recall, kind of dubious figure from the 1970s, mostly, by the name of Evel Knievel. That rings a bell with anyone. I like to say it's kind of where all the nonsense started. It's called Papa Wheelie. And here we go. Oil-dank bowels of a nightmare garage. You ride benighted. Saturday morning's acolyte. Sleep days but a rag. Straight for the ramp built last night in your driveway. An homage to the great adrenaline-hazed Evel Knievel. Archetyper of a danger boy, bone-headed troglodyte bent on a bright schematic. Vying to break more bones than the Guinness World Record. Flying prone over cars, buses, lions, mountains, sharks, canyons, rattlesnakes. Before the neighborhood wakes. Topping the slope, you rev your banana bike and pedal hard on the approach. Past a hushed gang of squirrels and robins, holding their breath, half hoping this levitation will and won't be lasting. Did he always wear stars and stripes? Was his helmet screwed on tight? Will his next attempt be televised? If he succeeds and fails yet again to reach the light, devil dared and fair warned, he rocket as advertised off a wood plank, sailing headlong over fame's Coliseum, into your first kiss, and beer, and Eucharist. Your first dorm room farewell, your first rock concert at the Orpheum, your body's first chemistry experiments, your first storm of contrite indignation, shot on your first duress, your firstborn silence like a warm ghost, your island that formed in a widening ocean when your first greyhound pulled away from the curb, taking a friend, more than a friend, inevitable as the first long days that followed, soaring through every sense, angling for the abyss, realizing too late your trajectory's off by an inch, and this is going to hurt. You brace yourself for that embrace. Did he always wear stars and stripes? Was his helmet screwed on tight? Will his next attempt be televised? He succeeds and fails yet again to please the coming down is the hardest thing.
Looks like you had somebody, Charlotte Davenport has that on a broadside, she brought it out.
We never.
Oh, there's one of those out there? Very cool, very cool. Thank you. Well, thanks for hanging with us this evening. And like I said, we are absolutely filled. To borrow a line from Bosque with unabashed gratitude for being able to play for you this evening, be part of PoemCity tonight. So thanks again, Michelle, and everyone here, and thanks for joining us. And gosh, this is one that I think many of you will recognize. This last poem we're going to play for you. It's by W.S. Merwin. And yeah, it's been getting a lot of play recently, but its resonance is kind of timeless. No surprise with W.S. Merwin. This one, appropriately is called Thanks. Thanks again for joining us. Listen, the night falling, we are saying thank you. We are standing on the bridges to bow from the railings. We are running out of the glass rooms with our mouths full of food. To look at the sky and say thank you. We're standing by the water, thanking it. Standing by the windows, looking out in hard directions. We are saying thank you. Back from a series of hospitals, back from a mugging. After funerals, we are saying thank you. After the news of the dead, whether or not we knew them, we are saying thank you, thank you. We are saying thank you. Over telephones, we are saying thank you. In doorways and in the backs of cars and in elevators too. Remembering wars and the police at the door and the beatings on the stairs, we are saying thank you. In the banks, we are saying thank you. The faces of the officials and the rich and the poor will never change. We go on saying thank you, thank you. We go on saying thank you. The animals dying around us, taking our feelings, we are saying thank you. The forest falling faster than the minutes of our lives. We are saying thank you. We are saying thank you. With ourselves going out like cells of the wind. With the cities growing over us, we are saying thank you. Faster, faster. Nobody listening. We are saying thank you. We
sweetheart singing and waving, dark though it is, dark though it is. With the night falling, we are saying thank you. We're standing on bridges to bow from the railings. We are running out of classrooms with our mouths full to look at the sky and say thank you.
Paul Lamb says, watching from Massachusetts and grateful for this warm music and wonderful poetry. What a gift, and admire your ability to perform in this Zoomish environment.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, and good night to all. Unless there are any more chats coming our way, thank you.
Good night.